Hey everybody, welcome back to Just Us for Justice, Episode 4, Castrated Justice and the Silence of Indifference. This episode is meant to do one thing: piss you off. And if you're not pissed by the end of this episode, then you haven't been paying attention. So, let's talk about the real elephant in the room. While Ottawa plays petty political games, billions of dollars in intellectual property, my intellectual property, P3D technology, has been stolen. And where's the outrage? Nowhere. Because the media and government would rather focus on fluff and distraction than the real issues tearing this country apart. Justin Trudeau's team is busy tearing each other apart over his leadership while his government pisses away billions. They're so entrenched with OpenAI that they can't afford to lose access during an investigation. So here I am with 19 counts of obstruction of justice against government, the police, the RCMP, NACIRA, and everybody in between. And yet, nothing. No action, no investigation, just bullshit deflection. Raising the stakes. Rogers raises their cable box fees by $7 per extra box, and it's a national fucking emergency. But my tech, the same tech that could revolutionize green energy and save this fucking planet, is being hijacked and stolen for billions by billionaires. And no one gives a good goddamn. How the hell does that happen? The government bends over backwards for special interest groups, but when it comes to actual justice, when it's about protecting the future of Canadians and their kids, suddenly it's all crickets. Well, let's talk about the media for a second. Global News Edmonton, CBC, CTV, you're all complicit and just as guilty. 7 times I've come to you with this story. Real news. Billions of dollars at stake, national security on the line, and 7 times you've ignored it. You focus on meaningless fluff pieces, sensationalize the smallest of stories, but when it comes to protecting the interests of regular Canadians, you turn your backs, you close your eyes. Yet when all of this hits the fan, you'll be up my ass with an electron microscope begging for an interview, and all I'm going to have to say to your sensationalized asses is no comment. Where's your journalistic integrity? Where's the fire to expose corruption no matter the cost? You'd rather report on bullshit election tampering scandals than the theft of the very technology that could stop global warming in its tracks and reshape our energy future. My tech, P3D, could make oil and gas companies billions without burning fossil fuels. Not 1 gram, not 1 atom. But instead of covering that, you'd rather jerk off over who's running for office next. Now let's get into the meat of this. What exactly is 3D and P3D, and why does it matter? Here's why. P3D is the next big thing in AI and energy. It's the technology that makes the burning of fossil fuels obsolete. Billions saved and billions earned. And guess what? OpenAI didn't want to partner, they stole it. They saw the future in P3D, and instead of building the future with me, they decided to rob it. They hijacked the tech, and the Canadian government, complicit in the cover-up. Oh, please help me, Mr. Trudeau. Oh, hey, somebody kicked my chair. Yeah, whatever, Trudeau. Go back to sleep. They're too dependent on OpenAI to pull the plug and investigate. They're too addicted and entrenched and now too scared to lose their grip. P3D is the future they don't want to talk about because it strips them of their power and their money. Well, I got news for you, idiots. I'm not stripping you of your power or your money. I'm giving you mountains of money, which by association is going to give you more power, dingus. Every single lawyer, politician, and police force is staying silent. Why? Because P3D doesn't fit their narrative, or they just don't simply understand its abilities and potential. It doesn't keep their pockets lined. I don't know. But this just isn't theft. It's a national fucking crime. They're stealing your future. And nobody will lift a finger. Not a single lawyer, politician, or media outlet has the guts to take this on. And when I go to the police with criminal charges, the ones that have the little criminal code of Canada numbers behind them, charges of treason, conspiracy, and national security violations, they flip me the bird and tell me it's a fucking civil matter. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to say. Well, we're not going to stay silent anymore. That's one thing I'm going to say. My friends in England are launching the Turn Your Back movement this weekend during a national protest against the PM. My friends in Arizona are rallying Americans, and here in Canada, we're about to shake the foundations of this country. They've turned their backs on us, the people they're supposed to serve, and now it's time to turn their backs on them. October 28th, 2024, D-Day for this government. Poilievre, Singh, Trudeau. On October 29th, I'll be burning 100 flags in 100 days until I get fair justice of and before the law. That or a severe beating and hospitalization. We'll see which way the wind blows on that one. I'm going to be starting with one at the legislature on Remembrance Day as culmination. To say you support what our veterans did and the wars they fought, you are full of shit. You don't give a flying fuck about the veterans. Otherwise, you'd support them when they come back from Afghanistan and everything else. But you've never supported them in World War I, II, or now. All you do is say, go fight for my oil reserves. Go fight for my money. Put your lives on the line, because democracy doesn't matter, or it wouldn't have taken me 6 months to even have a sniff of justice. I don't want to burn my flag, but it seems the only way to get anyone's attention is to burn something, and I'm just getting started. And for those of you who still don't get it, here's what P3 does in a nutshell. It stops global warming in its tracks. No more fossil fuel burning, no more pollution. It's a clean energy breakthrough that doesn't take up miles of land with solar panels and wind farms. That makes solar and wind look like child's play to begin with. I've created a way for oil and gas companies to rake in billions without destroying the environment. But OpenAI and the Canadian government, they don't want that story to be told because it doesn't fit their narrative. It takes away their control, and that is why no one will touch my lawsuits or my criminal complaints. Because it's easier to protect the system that screws and fucks you over than to stand for real change. Remember that, Trudeau, last election? I'm going to bring forward real change. Yeah, moving people out of their houses into tent cities was real change. Jacking rents through the roof so people have to live in tent cities, that's real change. And the real change that you make, making sure that the cops go in and get those eyesores off the streets so it doesn't reflect badly on the Liberal government. Oh, poor baby. Okay, October 28th, 2024 is their deadline. And October 29th, we're starting the flag burnings, 100 flags in 100 days. You want to ignore me? Fine. But when I start burning those flags, you won't be able to ignore me any longer. And for all the lawyers, politicians, and cops who think they're safe behind their desks, eating their donuts and drinking their coffee, I say, fuck you. You're all guilty by association, and I'm coming for every last one of you. And the devil in the details, he's waiting for your asses. This is just us, for justice. I'm a Citizen Zero, and this isn't just a fight for me. It's a fight for everyone who's ever been ignored, dismissed, and cast aside by the people in power. And we're just getting started. Tune in next time, because justice is coming. And I'm coming with it. And the system won't be able to hide from it anymore. As always, if you like what you hear and you agree with the show, tell 10 people who will pass it on to 10 people. And please, hit that like and subscribe button. Until then, justice never sleeps, because when it does, it becomes just us. Until we meet again, namaste.